$312 million exposed, 89 arrested. A massive federal sweep at Miami International uncovered a cartel pipeline. 214 agents deployed, 47 warrants executed.
Federal raids exposed a cartel network embedded in airport security.
3.7 tons of cocaine seized, 840 kilos of fentanyl uncovered. Investigators revealed at 8 airport.
At 4:47 a.m., Miami International Airport hums with the quiet machinery of routine. The tarmac shimmers under sodium vapor lights, a pale orange glow cutting through South Florida humidity. Cargo loaders idle near Terminal J. A skeleton crew of customs officers stamps manifests. Gate agents scroll through departure boards. To any arriving flight crew, to any bleary-eyed passenger transferring connections in the pre-dawn silence, this is exactly what an international airport looks like at the edge of sleep. Functional, familiar, harmless. Concourse D glows from within like a lantern pressed against fog. A cleaning cart squeaks down an empty corridor. The security scanners stand unmanned. But to the 214 federal agents positioned in a 16-mile perimeter around this airport, this was not a transportation hub. This was the operational heart of a $312 million cartel distribution empire, and tonight it ends. His name was Director Armando Vasquez Ruiz, 49 years old, 22-year veteran of U.S. Customs and Border Protection, a man whose framed commendations line the walls of his third-floor office at Miami International, letters of merit, 2 Department of Homeland Security Excellence Awards, a photograph shaking hands with a former secretary. His LinkedIn profile listed him as a dedicated public servant and border security architect. His neighbors in Coral Gables described him as quiet, generous, a man who brought empanadas to the neighborhood association. His daughter was enrolled at the University of Florida. His wife taught 2nd grade. To the CBP workforce under his command, Armando Vasquez Ruiz was the institutional spine of one of the busiest international entry points in the Western Hemisphere. To federal analysts inside the DEA's Special Operations Division, he was something else entirely, the primary human infrastructure node of a narcotics distribution network controlled by the Sinaloa cartel's Miami Corridor Cell, internally designated Target Prometheus. Investigators didn't find him by accident. They found him through patterns. It began 18 months earlier in October when a data analyst inside the DEA's Financial Intelligence Unit flagged a recurring anomaly. 17 cargo shipments from Medellin, routed through Panama City, had cleared Miami Customs inspection within a statistical improbability, a 99.7% first-pass clearance rate, never rerouted, never flagged, never held for secondary examination. The shipments were manifested as commercial textile goods. But the anomaly wasn't the cargo. It was the inspector code. Every single clearance bore the authorization stamp of personnel operating under Vasquez Ruiz's direct supervisory chain. 18 inspectors, 1 supervisor, 17 shipments, 0 secondary reviews. The DEA cross-referenced with FinCN, 3 shell companies incorporated in Delaware, 11 wire transfers originating from a Panamanian intermediary account. Cash deposits into 4 separate Miami-Dade credit union accounts, amounts carefully structured at $9,800 each, engineered to fall just below the federal reporting threshold. The total, across 23 months, for $0.7 million in direct payments to airport personnel. The cartel wasn't smuggling past customs. The cartel had purchased customs. Investigators widened the net. Encrypted communication intercepts, obtained under FISA authorization, revealed a second layer. Vasquez Ruiz wasn't alone. 7 supervisory-level CBP officers, 2 TSA logistics coordinators, 1 contracted cargo handling manager, and a senior Homeland Security investigations analyst had been systematically recruited over a 4-year period. They operated in silence. They communicated using encrypted burner applications. They used code language referencing, textile approvals as shipment clearances, and quality reviews as payments received. This wasn't just bribery. It was a constructed, engineered, deliberately maintained criminal enterprise embedded inside federal law enforcement infrastructure. Investigators would later learn that in the previous 26 months, 3.7 metric tons of cocaine and 840 kilograms of fentanyl-laced pressed pills had passed through Miami International beneath Vasquez Ruiz's protected corridor, enough fentanyl to kill every man, woman, and child in Miami-Dade County 4 times over. By the time a grand jury signed off on operational warrants, federal agents understood the risk of what they were walking into. At 4:47 a.m., the order went out. 214 agents, simultaneously, FBI, DEA, IRS Criminal Investigation, CBP Internal Affairs, U.S. Marshals Service, all synchronized to the same encrypted radio channel, all briefed to the same second. No sirens, not yet. The first tactical element moved on the cargo processing facility at the south end of the airfield. Black SUVs cut their headlights 200 yards out, boots on pavement, earpieces crackling with confirmation codes. The loading dock doors, 40,000 pounds of steel, were breached using hydraulic spreaders in 11 seconds. The first team inside found exactly what the manifest declared: rows of boxed textiles, baled fabric, commercial packaging. Clean, ordinary, exactly as expected. But that wasn't what stopped agents cold. Behind the third row of textile pallets, concealed behind a load-bearing structural wall with a pressure-fitted access panel invisible to any standard inspection sweep, agents found a refrigerated annex. 42 feet long, 9 feet wide, climate-controlled to 58 degrees Fahrenheit. The cold air hit agents like a wall as the panel gave way. A sharp, sterile chill laced with the faint chemical signature of acetone, an industrial solvent. Inside, 112 vacuum-sealed bales of cocaine, stamped with the Sinaloa Sun symbol. 14 military-style duffel bags containing pressed fentanyl tablets. 6 AR pattern rifles, silencer-fitted, serial numbers chemically stripped. And $2.3 million in shrink-wrapped currency stacked against the far wall with the methodical precision of a bank vault. Agents radioed confirmation. Secondary discovery confirmed. But the worst was still ahead. The second team had breached the cargo logistics office on the upper level of the processing annex. Supervisor terminals, CBP badge readers, customs manifest servers. Investigators already expected corrupt records. They were prepared for falsified documents. What they were not prepared for, what nobody in the briefing room had anticipated, was what they found behind the supervisor's private office wall. A secondary room, locked with a biometric panel keyed to a single fingerprint. Inside, 16 prepaid cellular phones, each containing communication threads in Spanish identifying cartel couriers by photograph and scheduled flight manifests. A laminated operational map of Miami International's entire cargo infrastructure, access corridors, camera blind spots, guard rotation windows, all annotated in red ink. And a ledger, handwritten, 214 pages. For years of payments, names, dates, shipment identifiers, and cartel contact designations. Armando Vasquez-Ruiz's handwriting, confirmed by 3 federal examiners within 90 minutes. A man who trusted no digital system enough to contain his operation. So he wrote it all down, every cent, every name, every shipment, in a black composition notebook that federal prosecutors would later describe in court as the most comprehensive self-incriminating document in CBP corruption history. Third floor, Vasquez-Ruiz's office. He was there when they came through the door, seated at his desk, uniform pressed, coffee cup steaming. He looked up at the 11 agents fanning across the room with the practiced calm of a man who had spent 2 decades performing authority. His hand moved, not toward a weapon, but toward his credentials. Out of reflex, out of 22 years of muscle memory. Agent Renata Caldwell, lead case agent, placed her hand over his. That doesn't work here anymore. Vasquez-Ruiz said nothing. The coffee steamed. The commendations watched from the wall. And for the first time in 4 years, the corridor went dark. Miami International was only the beginning. At 5:02 a.m., a new order went out across 11 states and 3 federal districts simultaneously. 47 additional warrants executed within the same synchronized operational window. The network was vast. The arrests came fast. Hialeah, Florida, agents breached a residential warehouse, converting cocaine shipments into street-level distribution packages. For suspects in custody, 67 kilograms of cocaine seized. $880,000 in currency recovered from a floor safe. Doral, Florida, a commercial shipping brokerage, registered, licensed, tax-compliant on paper, functioned as the cartel's primary stateside logistics coordinator. 3 employees arrested during shift change, 2 attempting to destroy hard drives before agents secured the premises. The drives were recovered intact. Atlanta, Georgia, a second-tier CBP officer stationed at Hartsfield-Jackson International, identified in Vasquez-Ruiz's ledger as Coordinator Norte, was detained at his residence at 5:19 a.m. He had $340,000 in a bedroom closet safe and a one-way ticket to Mexico City departing at 9:15 a.m., purchased 3 days prior. Houston, Texas, a freight forwarding company operating under 3 separate LLC structures was raided by IRS CI and DEA joint units. Financial records seized covered $47 million in launder cartel proceeds moved through commercial real estate transactions over 20 months. New York, a financial intermediary linked to the Panamanian wire accounts was arrested at a Manhattan hotel. 3 encrypted laptops, 17 banking credentials. A secondary ledger detailing cartel-tier financial architecture spanning Panamanian, Cayman, and Dubai registered accounts. Panama City, Panama. Interpol liaison units executed simultaneous warrants, detaining 2 cartel financial coordinators and seizing the primary intermediary bank accounts that had been the original trigger of the entire investigation, the same accounts flagged by a DEA analyst's anomaly report 18 months earlier. By 7:30 a.m., the numbers were mounting. 89 individuals in federal custody. 18 of them active federal employees, CBP officers, TSA personnel, and 1 sitting HSI analyst whose security clearance had given him direct access to federal investigation databases. Investigators confirmed he had been feeding target Prometheus operational intelligence to the cartel for 27 months. He had attended the target Prometheus briefings. He had reviewed the surveillance reports. He had read the case files on the very network he was protecting. His badge was revoked before his handcuffs clicked shut. The communication network collapsed within the hour. Encrypted app servers went dark. Cartel side coordinators in Culiacan went radio silent. The corridor, 4 years in construction, $312 million in throughput, ceased to function in the time it takes a cargo bay to open. By 9 a.m., federal prosecutors had begun preliminary charging conferences. By 11:45, the indictment counts were being finalized across 4 jurisdictions. The final operational statistics confirmed by the DOJ press office by early afternoon. 89 individuals arrested. 18 active or former federal employees among those charged. 3.7 metric tons of cocaine attributed to the corridor. 840 kilograms of fentanyl-laced pressed tablets seized or recovered. $312 million in total estimated cartel revenue processed through the Miami corridor over 48 months. $14.6 million in physical currency seized across all raid locations. 47 firearms recovered. 214 pages of handwritten ledger evidence submitted to federal custody. 3 shell company networks dismantled. 11 states, 2 countries, 47 simultaneous warrants. By evening, Armando Vasquez Ruiz sat in a federal holding cell at the Chrome Detention Facility, 12 minutes from the airport he had commanded. No uniform, no commendations, no credential wallet, no authority, just a standard-issue detention jumpsuit, a concrete bunk, and the weight of 214 pages written in his own hand. The federal public defender had not yet arrived. His wife had not yet been reached. His daughter, 900 miles away in Gainesville, would learn about her father from a push notification on her phone at 8:53 in the morning. The community around Miami International, the cargo workers, the customs agents who had done their jobs honestly for 20 years, the families of every officer who had never accepted a single envelope, began the slow, disorienting process of processing a betrayal that had lived in the walls of their workplace for 4 years. Colleagues were recalling interactions differently now. Moments that hadn't seemed significant had become evidence. Trust, institutional trust, the kind built over decades of shared uniform and shared mission, had been weaponized and sold. DHS immediately launched an internal integrity review across all major U.S. international cargo hubs. CBP's Office of Internal Affairs activated enhanced monitoring protocols at 11 Category 1 airport designations. Congress was briefed by mid-afternoon. 2 oversight committee chairs announced hearings within the week. Operation Prometheus falling proved something America prefers not to examine too closely. The most dangerous criminals are not always the ones who storm the gates. Sometimes they are the ones who hold the keys. Power is not immunity. A badge is not a wall between a person and accountability. The cartel did not defeat federal infrastructure through violence or sophistication alone. It defeated it through patience by identifying human weakness, cultivating it carefully over years, and investing in it the way a legitimate business invests in reliable contractors. It bought people, and the people it bought wore federal credentials. The fentanyl that passed through Concourse D will never be fully traced, not all of it. Some reach families, some reach schools. The ledger records the shipments. It cannot record the cost. The sodium vapor lights still burn over Miami International at 4:47 in the morning. The cargo still moves. The scanners still stand. But tonight, for the first time in 4 years, everything that passes through that corridor passes through honest hands.